Why do I want this right now? It's too hot for this. Yeah, it is hot. Welcome back. Yeah, you're right. Woo! So, before we get into the video, before we start getting out there in that heat, I mean, we're out here in the heat, but we're not out there in the heat. What's this here, right here? This is my first ever potato bread loaf that I baked last night. I didn't film it because it was a test thing. I didn't know how it was going to work out. I saw the recipe on the channel Towns End that I watch. I watch that channel a lot. It's period cooking. Yeah, you right. So I made this with leftover mashed potatoes because I cooked last night chicken and mashed potatoes. I made barbecue chicken in the crock pot because it was too hot and too windy. Too hot, too windy to do that out here. It's just been hot and windy all weekend. This is a Monday. Wow. That is good. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out because it's leftover mashed potatoes. It has milk and butter in it, right? I usually just make a simple dough recipe. It's just like they did back in the day. Flour, salt, yeast, and water. So whenever I do butter and milk in a bread like this, it always comes out different. I don't have a lot of experience with putting milk and butter in the bread, but now I do. I'm building it. This was really good. 2 cups of leftover mashed potatoes with the skin left on. 2 cups of flour. So the recipe is 50-50, right? So I wasn't sure. I was worried it was going to stick because I forgot to get parchment paper. And it did stick a little bit, but not too bad. That's my biggest worry when there's butter or milk in my bread recipe, that it might stick, especially if I've tried to put egg in there to make some kind of eggy bread. There are stupid dudes down there in the comment section, maybe not, that are questioning my manhood because I bake. They're probably bringing up that Family Guy episode where Peter does gene therapy and all of a sudden he's baking muffins but wakes up in the middle of a 12-way or something. That's not what this is. This is not a muffin. This is bread baked by my own hands. This is fortifying for the day because I've woke up past the middle of it. Well, damn near in the middle. I woke up at 1 today. To my detriment. I forced myself to do this. I woke up at 9 something this morning, and that wasn't good enough. So I went back to sleep, and it was to my detriment, because when I woke up again, I didn't feel good. I felt like, I feel the way I always feel when I get too much sleep. Just kind of, I let most of the day go by. But why did I do that? Why did I decide to wake up at 1 something during the hottest part of the day? Originally, the high was 97, but now it's going to be 98. It is 97 degrees, and it is super hot. It is the first solid block of high 90s days we've had, and it's been this weekend, right? Lots of wind, too, gusting well over 20, up to 30. It's been very, very windy and very hot, but the humidity has been below 50%. It's like 47% the humidity is right now. And there's a lot of people not doing stuff in this heat. And they've all been here for a while, right? I just came back to Texas several months ago. So for the past 20 years, a little over 20 years, I was doing stuff in the Louisiana heat with about a 97% humidity. Is it going to be like back in the day in my mid-40s when I was stuck in Chicago for a few months and I was just working hard out there during a heat wave and people were freaking out? That was a cakewalk. That was a picnic for me. I was in my mid-40s. I'm in my 50s. Maybe it is a picnic still, a cakewalk. Don't feel like one. You want to try some? Come on. Over here. Come on, right here. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come on, come on. Oh, that's better. Thank you. So today's the full moon. Tonight is, anyway. And it is the 29th of June. This is the 4th of July week. 250, right? And why do I chastise you for questioning my manhood because I bake? This particular recipe has been with us for longer than 250 years, but early settlers and early Americans made this bread, and I wanted to make it last night. I'm sorry I didn't film it, but it is good. This is something we've been doing for a long time. There's something about baking your own bread that is just so special. Doesn't mean you're better than anyone. It's just special. It's not very special if you especially F it up. And I had to learn the hard way. But once you start getting it right, that's when it's special. Because how often do you encounter someone baking fresh bread unless you live next door to someone like me or your wife is always baking? There's still bakers out in the world, but a lot of people have not experienced this. It's fading away, just like I am in my 50s, and I have to do stuff out here in the heat on this big property that I'm on right now. And I was doing stuff all weekend on this big property that I'm living on right now, and it about took me down. Well, it did. Like, I was like, shoot, I did stuff on Saturday. I cut this grass, so I'm gonna show you. And then Sunday, I was dragging my ass on Sunday because I felt it. Why? Am I that weak? No. I live on a hill. It's pushing a mower up and down a hill. A mower without chain drive. So, yeah. And it's hot. I did more than that, though. I was cooking over the fire. I was dealing with other projects. I was busy. Wow, I am so impressed with this bread I baked last night. So, okay, I told you what the ingredients are. It's super simple, right? I didn't tell you measurements, but I will tell you it's a 50-50 recipe. You need the same amount of mashed potatoes to the same amount. You know, your flour and your mashed potatoes have to be the same amount. And then you just proceed from there. Use the same, about the same amount of salt as you would for a 2-cup white dough. Same amount of, just one of them packets of fast-acting yeast is good enough. Put that in some warm water. You gotta do your dry mix with the salt and the flour and the mashed potatoes, and then add the water with the yeast and knead it. And let it sit for about 45 minutes to an hour to rise, and then 400-degree oven. And it can go it depends on the humidity and where you're at, right, and the altitude. It could go anywhere from about 45 minutes is what this is. This is 45 minutes at 400 degrees, or about an hour. About 45 minutes to an hour is what I did here. And you can see it's cooked all the way through. And I did a loaf, but just on the pan. I did it in a loaf. I bet this would be really good if you did a round. That would be awesome. Yeah, you're right. Remember, for many years, we ran this country without sliced bread. This is the bread. People were baking it in their oven with wood. Yeah, you're right. Or in a hole in the ground in a Dutch oven. Yeah, you're right. This is definitely a cast iron nation that we're living on top of. Definitely. Definitely. Got all this wind, but we don't have the windmill rolling. It will eventually. The whole point of moving that was to get it moving, right? Because I had it over there by the bird bath, so it was easier to mow. It got stuck there, but it never worked there. It just stayed still, didn't catch the wind. This is probably the biggest thing I'm going to do in this video, is move a windmill. Yeah, you're right, because I've moved so much up and down this hill over the weekend. I'm ready for something else rather than up and down this hill on a Monday. Just a little bit, please. As you can see, I got my tripod grill out. I've been doing some test kitchen down here. I don't normally knock things out on a Saturday, like a lot, for obvious reasons, if you know. But sometimes I do because I can. I was prompted to knock this out. Friday morning, I woke up a little late. It was too hot and too late to fish, so I needed to wait, right? I decided to knock out the art study next to the fire because I'd been cooking the day before and doing test cooking out here while I was doing something. And yes, there will be outdoor cooking videos to come. That's why I was doing test stuff. I'm not, I'm a test cook guy. So I was here burning a little bit so we'd have some smoke in the video. And then I did some other things. Got out on the water around sunset and decided it wasn't worth publishing. It wasn't good enough. Just a couple little tiny things, literally like that. So I come back and it's now getting into dark on a Friday, right? And I'm hungry and I still have hot coals here. And I thought, oh, we could save this video. We'll have a little fish video, but then I'll do some test cooking with some hot dogs because I wanted to see what barbecued hot dogs with that Japanese barbecue sauce, Bachan. Is that how you say that? See how that tasted. And yeah, I started to get frustrated because the light in there broke and I'm messing with things. I ran out of time. It was like too dark. I'm like, I don't want to do this in the dark, even with like bringing light out here. I didn't want a big production. Heck, I'm just trying to save a shitty fishing video with some hot dogs. I just wanted to see what this, and yeah, it is good. It is good, but I have better ideas now with that, and we will do that. So I gave up on shooting. I'm like, let's just stop filming. I don't want to turn into a big production. We'll just grab a little light. These dogs are about ready to go. I need a little bit more of a fire underneath them. I need to stoke this a little bit. Hurry this on and we'll get out of here. So I come over here. I can see a little bit, right? Just a little bit. And I reach down right here to grab a stick like this. I was collecting little sticks, so I just need to lick them dogs with a flame. And I went to grab another one, but it moved before I could touch it. And I did this because I saw something in that dim light that told me, get the F back real quick. Yeah, and that is why the next morning I woke up and it was hot already. And I went up and down this strip right here, going down, not all the way to the bottom of the hill, but just to my driveway there. And then I proceeded to come this way. Yeah. What was it I jumped back from? Copperhead. I got a dog that runs around in here on his own, and then two others that come in here on their lead, and then people and me. So there are things you can do that are beyond cutting the grass, but cutting the grass and keeping leaves and wood away, you know, piles of that stuff, that's the best thing you can do. Mothballs is a myth. So yeah, I knocked this out in extreme heat during the hottest part of the day, just because I don't want to get bit by a copperhead. It was a young one. Young copperheads have no control on the amount of venom they let go when they bite you. So your survival rate is not very good. Think of this, what if one of the dogs got bit, right? Yeah, we don't have rattlers. We have some, you will find scorpions here. We got two venomous snakes that I know of, water moccasins and copperheads. Even though it was a hot day, I was like, and I got a lot done that day, but Sunday, whew, I couldn't get much done. Yeah, I can still do stuff in my 50s, but I have to pace. I have to pace myself. 97 degrees down in southeast Louisiana with like maybe 97% humidity. Different story. I'm inside and I've invoked the Arctic Circle in one of the rooms inside. Here in Texas, everybody thinks I'm some kind of badass, but the next day, I don't feel like one. Do you feel like one? So don't get confused. I'm not complaining here. I'm not saying, oh, this is horrible. I don't want to do this anymore. Oh, I'm too old for this. I am not too old for it, but I don't have to be stupid about it and kill myself doing it. I don't have to stop doing it either, because I get a lot out of being physically active. Yeah, maybe I'm in training for the hillsides of Duluth. Not like I can afford that right now. It's in Minnesota, right? But yeah, I'm on the hill, and when I give it a day, no matter the temperature, when I give it a day, going up and down this hill working, I might be hurting the next day, but I'll take care of myself, and then all of a sudden I feel stronger. As long as I eat good and I stay active like this in my 50s, I feel really healthy. Well, healthier, right? It's good for me, but it can also get out of control on those days where I just am trying to do too much and I'm not drinking enough and I don't eat in the morning. It's starting to turn out that early in the morning when I get up, I just want something simple. I almost made ramen. That's a different story. Well, yeah, sometimes I just want a little rice or maybe oatmeal or bread and butter. Just something. And then maybe later on in a few hours, I might have a second breakfast. I might just have a big lunch. I don't know. It's kind of 1800s style, but with fancy shit. Yeah, you're right. Cringy thing. You ready? Cringe alert. I saw some stupid little kid do this. I'm tempted to do it my way. Hold on. Let's try to do it his way first. I'll really get active over here, little bro. Ooh. Yeah, you're right. Doing it my way now. My way. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not Sid Vicious, but yeah. Or Frank Sinatra. I'm M. Hood. Yeah, you're right. I like to get active. I get really active over here, no matter where I'm at. When I'm not activated, I just feel horrible sitting around. It's like sometimes I got purpose, right? I've got it set down in my mind what I'm doing, but yet waking up middle of the day still feels guilt. Yeah, there's guilt there. I'm like, oh, most of the day is gone. I'm like, no, dumbass, you're getting ready for the night. It's the full moon. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. Getting active over here. What's that? That is some Instagram or TikToker that I follow this dude on. He does shorts, and it's a write that down moment, right? Let's write that down. And he's writing down what these kids are saying, and he's like, okay, is that correct? I really get active over here. I think it's when little something, little Steve. It's some little dude. He's eating chicken strips or something. I really get active over here, little brah. Yeah, you're right. I love it. Yeah, you're right. So you can't get too active. Can't be stupid in this heat when you're in your 50s. But it does come with benefits to pace yourself, because it's like a workout. I'm feeling strong today, but I wasn't feeling strong yesterday. And I still feel it, because when you do a workout, you could feel it for a day or days, especially if you haven't done it in a while, right? Yeah. I'll have to figure out where I was in post, because the camera overheated right there. But yeah, you're right. It's just some funny shit when I think about staying active in the Texas heat in my 50s. Little kids sitting there on TikTok saying they get really active, but their skin is paler than white sheets and they're skinny. And I don't think they could even mow the yard with a riding mower. So yeah, you're right. Really getting active over here. Sort of. I mean, there's days when I have to do it and days when I gotta go do it somewhere else. But yeah, I feel all the better for it, but there are times when I question it, and I'm like, I gotta slow down. I can't be doing all this in one day in this heat. So you gotta pick your battles, and you don't let the weeds get so tall that the venomous snakes are showing up right where you're cooking. You gotta take care of stuff. You gotta stay active in your 50s if you can, because if you stay healthy and active in your 50s, you might have a better chance of getting through your 60s. Yeah, you're right. We all got things that we should stop doing, and bad habits and things. You could say what you want for processed hot dogs, but it is hot dog season, and those things are cheap. They're on sale, and everywhere I go, all I can think of is hot dogs and mustard, because that's what I smell. So yeah, it is the season to have a hot dog. Don't feel too guilty about it. It's the 250. Have a hot dog. God bless America. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for watching and all that good stuff. Love you for it, and I will see you next time.